This is a really interesting question for the parent of a high schooler, because most high school parents know, flyers home don't work, and the communication starts to break down a little bit when your kids are older. So it really is important for parents of older students to have these platforms available so we're kept in the loop, so we know what's going on. I think what's really helpful for me is when I can keep up with grades and when I can keep up with deadlines. Teenagers, some are better than others, but they are notoriously bad about reminding their parents about deadlines, meeting deadlines. So when our platform sends an automatic email home that says, don't forget that this is due, this is happening, particularly for seniors, because there are just so many deadlines. So, this payment is due, or this is when this meeting is happening. That's a huge help to me, because I can sync it immediately to my calendar. When I get it on my phone, I can just immediately sync it to my calendar, and I don't have to worry about my 17-year-old coming home saying, oh, by the way, Mom, there's a parent meeting next week, because that's probably not gonna happen. I think also to help me know where I can jump in and help in the school. For example, when there are events happening and I can sign up, or I can send a donation, or I can, send something to the school, or I can say, hey, I can show up from 2 to 4 o'clock, and I can just sign up automatically or very quickly in an app. That's great. It's a lot easier than, going to the school, because everybody doesn't have that opportunity during the day. And I do have to say, the platforms are great, but the platforms that work with old school communication, I really like also. So in our district, we have a platform that will do the automated calls home. And I love that, because they will do a phone call and they'll do an email with the same information. So, when I come home, and if you use a landline or on your cell and I see there's a phone call, I'm probably more apt to listen to that than, one of the 500 emails in my inbox that day. To me, the grades are really helpful, and being able to sort of track and monitor that, even as a parent of an older student, because the app that our school uses has settings where you can decide on your own, notify me when the grade drops below X, or notify me when there are X number of missing homeworks. That is so helpful, because it's prompted conversations with teachers. You really want your student to, at that age, 15, 16, 17, be responsible for their own learning. But there are times as a parent you have to hop in. And we don't always do that line well. We don't always know where that line is. But when you can set your own standards and say, okay, when we get to this point, I need to have a phone call with the teacher. That app is hugely helpful, because it'll send me a notification. I'll get a drop-down notification on my phone. You might want to check this grade. You might want to check this class. And when I go in, if I see that there's a problem, then that prompts a one-on-one conversation with a teacher and with my student, so we can get the problem solved. Our district uses an alert system that works in concert with our county. So, the county alert system, if there's a water main break, if there's bad traffic, if there's a 911 incident, the schools are also looped into that. So I get these text messages on my phone that says, alert, there was something important that happened at the school board meeting today. I'm like, oh, so I click it, and then they have like sort of here are the top 5 things you need to know. That I love. Because there is no parent that I know, okay, maybe 2, who have time to sit through an 8-hour school board meeting. But I do need to know what happened. And I don't need to go searching through the school's website and 10 pages of minutes to figure it out. So I love that they've connected with that. And that way you can just get a quick text message. Text messages are great because they're quick, and you can put a link on there, and I can just really quickly see what I need to know.